Yo. All right. All right. Join up. Join up. What up, y'all? Hello, Cubezoid. This is a bit of all right, hold on. So yeah, 3 people. Yeah, join up. Join up. Let's talk. Sit down and talk about stuff. About FF Wish Wonderland and some other things that's been on my mind. So yeah, hop in. We're almost at 4K, by the way. 4K subs, man. I gotta do a video about that. I gotta do a video because holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, no, we gotta join up. Gonna wait for some people to hop in the chat so I can get started. So I have a little bit of an audience. All right. 4 people. So to get this out of the way, obviously when I say talking about which one line, I'm talking about what I'm gonna be doing after when the show is over. Because roughly we're like roughly halfway done the show. So yeah, don't get if you're curious or like not concerned if like something's gonna happen, if I'm gonna like cancel it or so. No, I'm not going to. In fact, actually, let me show off this image I took. Or this here you go. Here's something. Writing is done and voice acting is underway. So here's just a little. I'll post this on my community community tab after the stream. But yeah, writing's been finished for a little while now. So yeah. But what I really want to discuss is about what's to come after I finish everything, because like I said, we are roughly halfway done the series, and it's I have everything planned out and I'm really excited to show it. So yeah, nothing's gonna happen to Wishful Wonderland, so don't worry in case anyone is worried. But so yeah, what's to come after? Now, I think I've said it on a previous stream or a couple times in a previous stream that so yeah, I've said it. Oh shit, 8 people. What's up, y'all? What's up? All right, we're talking about 8 people watching. We're talking about right now. We're talking about FF right now. Which one do I? So yeah, of what's to come after I finish the show. What am I gonna do? Well, first and foremost, I think honestly, to be fair, I think I honestly think that with Hello Rising Tide was good. Yeah, I think personally that this FFWW might be the last like ambitious object show project I make. I know people say I know someone out there's just gonna call cap, and then honestly I can't fully trust my word either. But the way things are looking right now, it's I'm not. I don't know. I think I think I want to tell a good story, and I really have the groundwork down for that. And I don't really think I can make another story that can top it, because I'm really jiving with this current one I got. So yeah, it may be the last object show project. Now, to say that it's the like it is the what to say I'm gonna leave the OSC and shit. No, honestly, I think like I'd kind of just rather just kind of just kind of help with people's projects and just kind of help out with people's projects. And I don't really think I don't really think I'll see myself doing another show like this. I do have Cabin Fever, which is an original cartoon I've been like cooking up in the background very, very fucking slowly. And that'll be, that's obviously not an object show, and that's it's very different. And it's something I'm also very excited to do. But as far as object shows goes, and I know that's kind of how my whole platform is kind of where my whole my subs come from, or object show stuff. So it's starting to look like I'm about to close the book on the thing. Layover is comatose. I have no idea when I want to return to it, so it's just kind of on an indefinite hiatus, really, until I really want to think of coming back to it. I do want to make episode 3 this year, but I don't know when I want to start because I have a couple things on my mind. I have a couple things I want to do, and in real life, I need a fucking lock in on. So, yeah. What else do I have to say? I don't. Also the remake, as I've been talking about that quite a bit, the remake is still going to happen. In fact, I've talked about it with Year Time and how what we want to do with it. Misadventures reboot. No, Misadventures is in the water. I'll still reuse the characters, but I don't think I'm gonna ever come back to making it a show. So, whoopsie daisies. But yeah, remake and if anything, I kind of want to start it after episode 5 or maybe during episode 5's production, because I want to get the remake out at least on its anniversary. I think it's 5-year anniversary. I'm hoping that, but that's the case. If that's the case, I do have to start outlining shit and getting stuff ready because it takes a while, and I have a lot of ideas in my mind that I want to do. So essentially 2 months before September, and September is when when did that shit drop? When did episode 0 of the original FF drop? Let me check. That dropped on September 14th, 2020. So yeah, I got 2 months until September, which isn't like a lot, but for an object show production, and it takes a while. Animation takes a while. Planning things out takes a while. I do want to, have as much time as possible to do it. But yeah, look out for that. Now, the whole reason I've wanted to make this stream is just kind of also talk about I'm gonna keep this image. I'm gonna keep this image up for the stream for a while, just so there's something to look at. The whole reason I've kind of made this stream, simply kind of talking about like what am I gonna do? Like aside from what am I gonna like? Kind of like my stance on like being in the OSC. Now I'm not gonna go into like I'm leaving the OSC forever and shit. No, I'm not doing that. But I think I do want to kind of bring something to light that's just kind of that's really been like I've been noticing, and I'm gonna try. And I want to, and obviously this is not scripted, and I want to just kind of say my mind, like put my mind out there. Like I want to put my mind out there and shit. This is not scripted, but I think what's kind of setting me kind of back of it's like kind of putting like trying to put more distance between me and this community. And I've been doing this shit since 2014. My first object show was in 2014, so I've been in here for like over a decade. And and I've noticed stuff happen, but I think what's been going on recently has just kind of like yeah, I don't think I can really talk. I don't really think I can, be really quiet about it. I wanted to make it a community post, but I think it's just better to just kind of say it verbally and say it verbally with my own words instead of just typing it all out. Um, honestly, so obviously people are aware of what the fuck was it like? What the Taylor Grodin shit happening? Oh, that's nice. Why is my family okay? They're fucking vacuuming. Whatever. Let's move my mic closer. So yeah, I'm sure people are aware of the shit with Taylor Grodin and uh and like his recent community post and and just like the response to it that's like really made me feel really disappointed of like and I said if you don't if anyone doesn't know me personally, I'm black. I'm a black man. Lo and behold, shiver me timbers to anyone who's racist out there. But yeah, no. And what made me so fucking what made me like feel like what just rubbed me so the wrong way of just like how quick people are so like it's so pick and choose of who gets to be forgiven and who deserves to be exiled. And Taylor, and I'm sure people are aware that he definitely defended someone named Lauren Tizell's apology of like racially profiling someone much younger than him might have had. And just the response to it of saying like, oh, a man can change and or some shit like that. First of all, like these people like I don't doubt that these like obviously a lot of these people are like um are children, and I'm not gonna put them on blast for that because children are very influent or can be easily persuaded and influenced. But I think what my real shots taking at are the people who clearly know everything that's happened, people who are like very like who have a full awareness of the situation and choose to forgive this guy on behalf of the people like the black people and people of color in this community. And it's and it really made me like realize like considering obviously like I think fucking racism was at an all-time high back then on the internet, and even it also happened in the OSC. And I'm glad people realize this stuff is it's not right. But what I also noticed was the fuck was it? I noticed when this stuff happened with Taylor, fucking like it made me realize that damn, we have not moved an inch. Like we're still defending, like we're still speaking on the behalf of other people, and I'm so tired of like fighting, bro. I'm so tired of fighting the system that clearly has been built of like who deserves the forgiveness and who doesn't. Like so you can say the most like worst opinion and like be annoying with your hot takes and shit, and you can get exiled for it completely. And but someone who does something like discriminatory actions and like be do very very like just be inhumane, and they get the fucking second chance. Like really, bro? Like nah, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's and that really did kind of put that really did put a lot of like uh that really put like really soured my taste to like damn, like I said, we have not moved an inch from this shit. Like we're still like, and the fact we have to like try to make our voices heard. Like I'm tired of fighting this shit. I'm sure a lot of other people are tired of fighting this shit who's been affected, and I'm sure a lot of all of us, like the minority and shit, or minorities and all the other shit, are like people of color, black people and shit, are tired of like trying to make themselves heard in a crowd who are speaking over them and trying to speak for them and like doing all this shit. Like that's crazy, man. So yeah, that's really like that's like really made me like that really irked me. That's such a big ick of me, just to see from like just on the fly on the wall of seeing this thing, because I don't, as far as I can recall, because it's been so long, I've never um encountered actual like racism and shit, but uh like I've seen it. I've seen it just around me, and it's like, bruh, what are you talking about? We're talking about stuff. See, a little bit of serious shit of what's to come after my show, and just kind of spilling out my thoughts right now of the shit's going on right now in the OSC, that's kind of like starting to bug me, and it's like it's also starting to it's really kind of low key kind of killing my motivation of participating much, of just kind of doing. Like, I'm not going to stomp, obviously not stomping, kicking rocks and shit and kicking my feet that this place sucks, because obviously that's not true. There's lots of wonderful people, lots of talented folks. I'm more like kind of speaking on the fact of how this community kind of treats, like kind of has this system, almost a system fucking bill of like like whose behavior gets to be whose the behavior gets to be justified or not and shit, and it's like really grinding my gears, bro. So yeah, I'm yeah, it's just like, yeah, I know this isn't like some announcement that I'm like, oh, I'm leaving the obstacle community. No, this is just kind of me, just kind of putting my thoughts out right now out here to discuss it with all of y'all. And that seems like everyone fucking dipped. So me yapping, goddamn. But this stream will stand, and I might might put timestamps on here, because this stream will stand up on my channel. Just kind of just like what I've seen, what's really bugged me, and this shit be bugging me a lot of what's been going down. So yeah, if y'all got anything to say, add on, say in the chat. I'd love to read y'all's things or what you think, because I can't be the only one seeing this, and it's like I said, I wanted to make it I thought of making a community post, but I think it's just better I just put it out as a stream, so you can like hear my thoughts live, or just hear my voice instead of me typing it. And just really honestly, what I have to be saying is just do better, man. Like, we need to do better. Like, we need to fucking do better with how we do this shit. I'm tired of seeing this shit. I'm tired of trying to fight this fucking system. Like, I'm tired of and it doesn't go for people for racism. It goes for a lot of other things. That's so, yeah, no, for real. And that shit, and it's so saddening, because you would expect this community, who is 90% almost LGBT, by the way, me included in that bunch, you would expect it to be a safe place, but it's really becoming it's really not being a safe space for people who are of color and shit. And it's just like, bro, what? Come on, man. Do better. I'm tired of this shit. Like I just said, I'm fucking tired. I'm fucking tired of this shit. I'm sure all of y'all people who are of color and who are black and whatnot, and even who are of other ethnicities, like Asian, what else? Fucking of just other nationalities and other shit. And I'm sure y'all are tired too, because I'm tired of just of this shit, of who gets to do this bad shit and gets fucking smothered and welcomed back in open arms. Really? Come on now. Come the fuck on. Yeah, that's my optimism's really depleted. And it's crazy, because I was talking in a stream in a community post about I was talking about that's in the community post about how criticism is distributed in this community, and I said the OC is awesome, which, yeah, like I said, I'm not here to say that this whole community is terrible and whatnot, and like obviously there's so many great people who obviously disapprove of this shit that's happened. That's been like this type of shit that's like I'm starting to see the circling around right again. But I'm more so like, yeah, like I said, I'm kind of like telling like kind of speaking my shit on the people who be like active, who would be like doing this, like actively like trying to forgive people on their behalf and shit. And it's like it's ridiculous. So yeah, no, the talent part of the OSC, I know like that. That's not I'm not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, the just the behavior of like of and the responses of how serious shit is handled, and it's really pissing me off, real shit. Oh god, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but yeah, no, yeah, no, it's disappointing. That's hard to say. It's disappointing. Make a people bad community, make a bad object show torture. Yeah, no, for real. That's also some shit that's like, yeah, it's like it's ridiculous. Honestly, like it, in that sense, it could be worse because I've how people have been other people's other like original work has been like treated. Um, it's a lot harsher than someone saying their object show is dog shit, but it still shouldn't be happening. Like it's one thing to criticize and try to critique someone's work, but it's also another just to be. It's also another. It's a whole new line you're crossing when you're just being an asshole. Because who's gonna listen to you? Like who's gonna vibe? Who's gonna fuck with you with that? Who's gonna do that? Like who the fuck's gonna do that? Tell me. Like who the fuck's gonna do that? Like I'm not sure. I'm sure as hell not listening to you if you're gonna be a bitch. Like if you're gonna be like such a dickhead about like yeah no. But yeah, that is that's some shit that shit also bothers me. But holy smokes, man. And in terms of experience, though I think I think I have an experience. I think I wanna. Most of these are grown ass adults. Not for real, for real. Like people are like 19, 20 in their 20s. I'm 21, but like like I don't know. It's a fucking mess, and I really point my finger at Twitter for just enabling it and trying to normalize that shit. Like really, come on now. Like shut the site down at this point. Like just shut Twitter down, man. It's not helping anyone. But you know, on the topic of back on the like how the OSC like treats like how racism is in the OSC, and just like damn, we have 7 people. Okay, hold on. Pause my thought real quick. To recap, people who are pulling up in the stream the stream. So I'm noticing 7 people. So I'm talking about my show, the future of my show. I ever kind of went over it, and just kind of talking about like what am I gonna how my stance on this in like you know OSC stuff and being in the participating in the OSC is gonna be like, and I'm just kind of stuff I'm starting to see that's really starting to put a lot more distance between me and this community that I was in since I was a fucking little child, and that's really disappointing. And like I said, we have not, and stuff like back then was like, you know, really bad. Racism was fucking homophobia and shit like that. People just saying and doing shit. And I mean, we were all, and granted, we were all people who were saying that we're all kids. Obviously, there's a source for them being influenced by that shit. But what is it? But like the stuff happening now with the stuff with Taylor Grodin and another person, I'm not even giving him an ounce of attention. I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. A show, I think I'm sure y'all know who he has a chip bag OC. I think y'all know who he is. I'm not gonna give him the ounce of fucking attention for that. But yeah, a rate of the racism and that shit. Those 2 situations, low key, like made me realize we have not moved a fucking inch since like the past decade, man. But yeah, no. Back to an experience I had of racism in this community. The one thing, so there is this person, I'm pretty sure they're gone. I'm fucking fidgeting with a pen right now, just so I'm like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I don't know if people know them anymore. So there was a person who voiced Putty in the show Open Source Objects in, I think, the first handful of episodes. They voiced Putty, the character, and I knew them on Skype. And Skype's gone now, so unfortunately, and also they did some big ass makeover in 2020, so all old messages have been wiped. I'm pretty sure I have screenshots of it. I don't know though for sure. But regardless, so this person was a fucking dick, like low key a dickhead, and was just being rude. It was rude as hell. I believe he was like 15 or something of those sorts. But your age really shouldn't be a dismissal of your behavior. That's how so you get in trouble with your parents. But yeah, no. So he was a fucking dickhead, and unfortunately, I had to discover that he was. They're saying some not so great things on Skype. Was saying some pretty racial slurs, and I had collected some. I collected a good handful of screenshots of him saying this shit and being flat out being racist. And I made this video. I think it was on this channel. It might have been on this channel. It's deleted now. It's gone. I don't have any. I have no remnants of it. But the video was me showing off all the receipts of this guy, just saying this shit. And I called them out on YouTube on this account. I'm 90% sure it was this account and not my old one. No, I'm pretty sure it was this account. I called them out on that shit. Now on something on me, the video was not really put together well. It wasn't scripted. I was talking without a script, but I had everything that literally warranted him being held accountable for that shit. And like a couple hours later, I was met with a flood of his friends, definitely his friends from the corners of the fucking corners of Reddit, man. Because my comment section was like full of like I think 20 so comments, kind of spammy, of just talking about like saying I don't know anything, I should shut the fuck up, like you're dumb as fuck, like your screenshots mean nothing, like these are like just basically putting me down. And him saying, and I had all the evidence against him, and I was getting shafted for telling, hey, don't be racist. And I reiterate, I'm black. All right, I'm black. I don't know why some people chalk it up in their head like black people have to have this certain sound to their voice. I'm low-key not even. I'm being dead ass with that. I've heard some people say that shit. But like of how. But yeah, no, I may not sound like it, but I am. If you know me in real life, if you know me on Discord and whatever, I am a black man and shit. So to be fucking, I'm essentially victim blaming in a sense. Victim blame was being placed onto me, and how I was a villain and saying this shit, and it completely backfired. And it was just so disappointing to be seeing that. And obviously I was like, 15, 14 years old. And I still even knew that this was wrong. And I deleted the video promptly afterwards and didn't really speak on it again. I was literally just kind of fucking told, like, fucking essentially bullied into fucking silenced by these people who I very fucking without doubt I no doubt that these people were white as hell saying this shit. And it wasn't like it was clear that they were definitely not on my side or anyone's side. They were just it's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. And that was my experience of that. Such crazy. It's so crazy. So fucking crazy. So fucking crazy. Holy, live people, 3 people watching. Damn. Yeah. I will be keeping the stream up because I think it's something worth of a note. Yeah. If anyone's got anything to say in the chat, you can drop it. And I will, I'm going to definitely, I'm definitely going to I'm definitely going to make timestamps. I know the funny person. Yeah, their name was Alexandre. I can obviously drop their name because they're long gone. They were called out. I believe they were called out for something completely unrelated and really gross, really fucking gross, really disgusting, if anything. I won't repeat it here, but I was told of that shit, and they're gone. They're like gone from the internet as far as I know. Oh. So fucking yeah. So that's just kind of the shit I gotta be saying right now, and such. And that's why what led me to the stream. I was thinking I was rehearsing all of this. I was rehearsing all of this last night because like I said, I wanted to make this community post, but rather just make a stream out of it the next day. And so that's what I'm doing. And that's it's disappointing. That's my almost kind of conclude. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing to be seeing how this like just how clearly their words meant nothing. I know there is, I think, an hour-long video of a bunch of people from the OSC gathered together in I think the AIB Discord server, talking about racism. I think it's still up on YouTube. It might be unlisted. I don't know, but it's a very long video, and it's not edited, no nothing. It's just like people talking about how wrong it is, how wrong racism is in the community and shit, and how people got to stop, trying to justify, like not trying to justify their actions and trying to let them back in to this place that we clearly that even though we should have the say of we have the right to forgive, to if we want to forgive them or not, and we were definitely not fucking forgetting it. Yeah. Wow, mouthful, man, mouthful. Holy smokes. 30 minutes of this stream. Wow. That's it's quite a bit. I think I've said all the things I've wanted to say. It's also funny how the chip bag still ended up having a fan base after the call out, but the red floppy disk lost everything after the call out. Yeah, for real, like real shit. I don't, obviously do not support either of their actions. I honestly, I wish either the latter. I wish you really should just put the fries in the bag and move on. Like people, it's clear people don't fuck with you. And really, it's just the healthier way to do. If you want to move on and shit, you gotta just stop coming back to the space that clearly a lot of people are not comfortable with you being in. The chip bag, though, fuck. Oh god, don't get me started. And reiterate, I don't. That guy is not. He is not gonna be any of my videos. It's so obvious he's not. Yeah. If Sticky Note appears again, eyebrow raised. Sticky Note ever appears again, he has a new voice actor. Wink, wink. But no. Both of them should just be gone. Really, the less problematic people, the better the play this community is going to be. I don't know why people throw up a fuss about like saying the OSC sucks and whatever, and then trying to make everything about them when someone gets called out, because that is so just like. But why would I don't know? Like I don't know why I question it. Like question why people would be doing that shit. Like, how do I make this about me, even though someone has been hurt? Like, what the fuck? So unserious, man. Like, are we dead ass? Like, zero empathy. Like, empathy is not, it doesn't exist. Yeah, I'll let this go on. Maybe hit the 40-minute mark. Then I'll cap it off today. So that was just kind of, just a ramble really wanted to do, get off my chest. So, yeah, putting in, he's kind of putting in the fucking the 2 cents, the 2 cents on this on the topic. So I don't really think how many people have really talked about it on YouTube. So why not discuss it on YouTube? I don't have a main platform. I don't have a platform on Twitter anymore. I do have a private account, but it's it goes by the name as private, and I don't have any intentions on making that public. So I don't have a main public account on Twitter anymore. But I know Twitter is where everything's discussed and shit. So I hope I'm hoping my stream reaches someone reaches Twitter, or someone can advertise, maybe put in the timestamp, because the first section is talking about my show, and I want to talk about talk about this the issue here. So yeah, hopefully I hope my words can reach out to as many people as possible. I am just a tiny ass creator in the grand scheme of things, but this is just kind of what I've been seeing. I have, like I said, I mentioned in previously, because I'm really tending to repeating myself, but I think I just can't emphasize it enough. I've never I'm very fucking pretty fortunate to have not had racism, like experienced racism one-on-one, aside from that whole encounter with the putty voice actor situation. And this was all in 2019, if I recall. Yeah, I was in 2019, like early 2019. Holy shit. But yeah, I've definitely seen there's been lots of shit I'm starting to see and like creep up, and like I cannot believe that we just haven't moved an inch for like over 10 years. We haven't really done much. And the fact that you have to keep fighting the system. I'm tired of fighting this shit. Like I just said, I'm tired. I'm tired as fuck. I'm tired as shit, man. I'm tired. I'm sure all of y'all are tired. Like fucking just disappointing. Very disappointing. And that's really it's really like it's really starting to my motivation is just depleting, just participating actively in this community. I don't really, I mean, I kind of have like started to, kind of do my own thing and just kind of not really do much, but in the OSC, but I'm starting to put a barrier down, and I don't want to just, I don't want to be like that guy who's like a curmudgeon. He just hates everything, like hates like whatever. It's okay. You can grow out of the OSC, but fuck. And I've grown a little bit. I've grown out about quite a bit. But I'm still having fun. But it's my fun is really put up. It's really not fucking really put to the fucking test. Why is there a horse? You'll see in the episode when that drops. If you just pulled up, we're just talking about some little bit of a serious discussion about OSC shit and how I've stood around by it, and talking about my experience and shit on the topic of racism. Because lots of shit. That shit's kind of started up. I'm starting to see it happen again. It's very disappointing as a like I said, of someone who's black, who's black, and seeing this shit just be rubbing me the wrong way, and I've been like I don't know, I don't know if I want, I don't know if I want to fucking, I don't know how much I can take it before I'm like throwing the towel, like taking my business somewhere else. Not like at business, but you get the flow, you get the idea, bro. But holy shit, yeah, 40 minutes, holy smokes. Yeah, I said I'd cap it off at 40 minutes. I'll let it go on just for a little bit longer. If anyone has any thoughts, any of their 2 cents you want to put out, feel free to. If you want to, hold on, I'm going to. Here's something I want to put. Discord. So if you want to talk to me about, if you want to talk to me about shit, here's my Discord. You can just send me a friend. You can message me and we can have a chat or whatever about shit happening if you've been seeing it as well, and the OSC's problem with racism, and it's definitely really very discouraging to a lot of people who are in that boat, who have been dealing with discrimination and shit, and creators who are of color and that shit, and then it's ridiculous. So if you want to talk to me after this stream, then here's my Discord. Feel free to add it. But I think I'm going to be capping it off today. That's just my I think I'll be I'm going to be Anyway, I'm going to remove this image. I want to thank y'all for coming. The people who've showed up, stayed for a bit, and I'll be hopping off. All right, see ya, folks.